My son used to say that life only happens once in a lifetime. And that's exactly how he lived his life. Go Kyle! Go Kyle!
Kyle and I really met in the 6th grade. We loved playing soccer, we played together all the way throughout high school. He was one of the best teammates.
There you go, go Kyle!
And I think it started with his humor on the field and his competitiveness, wanting to win each and every game.
The biggest thing he was in my life was a leader and someone that inspired me, whether it was on the soccer field or in our friend group. He brought me into the friend group that I have now. He's always been looking out for me ever since we met.
If you were his friend, you were his family. He was just kind to people. Whether you knew him or not, he was kind to you and respectful and liked to be a goofball and be silly, make people laugh. He just had this energy about him.
Whether it was just a little hangout or a party, he was the life of it. He had that unconditional energy that provided such positivity in our friend group. He just wanted to be around his friends and hang out and go experience new things together.
He loved to do stuff that probably made our parents upset. He was the daredevil.
Adventurous, was always doing something to, I think, give me a heart attack. He loved the beach, he loved to surf, anything outdoors.
I don't think I know anyone that loves the ocean more than he did. I think it was probably his happy place. It's a place that reminds me of him the most. Kyle was genuinely the best brother I could ever ask for.
Just was an overall wonderful human being.
What really makes a true person, just like what made Kyle, was his heart. He had that unconditional love. That friendship and bond and unity will never leave us.
Kyle passed away at the age of 18 in February of 2018 from sudden cardiac arrest.
I got a call from my buddy, Adam. He told me everything that was going on and that Kyle wasn't gonna make it.
I remember the age we were, 18, 19 or 17 years old. It's a shock that none of us were expecting to receive.
He was gonna go to some friend's house and just hang out for the day. Later that night, I got a phone call from one of his friends that they had found him collapsed and not breathing and was being rushed to the hospital. It wasn't until we got to the hospital that we had heard sudden cardiac arrest. We thought, that's not right. An 18-year-old doesn't collapse of heart attack. Little did we know, heart attack and cardiac arrest are two completely different things.
I remember the feeling of helplessness, not being able to do anything for him.
That isolation and loneliness feeling, once I found out what I learned about cardiac arrest, kind of turned to anger because I've always been a very involved mom and I thought I was doing all the right things.
I just felt so much pain, sadness and confusion and hurt. Every single negative emotion you can feel is the way I felt when I heard that my brother wasn't going to be alive anymore.
Even early on when Kyle was in the hospital, I knew that his life had to continue in some way. Maybe not here physically, but I wasn't going to allow his energy and light to be forever dimmed. The lighthouse is something that Kyle loved. When we decided to start this foundation, the Kyle J. Taylor Foundation, we decided on the lighthouse because of what it represents, that even in a storm, a lighthouse can bring light to help people to safety. Kyle was to many people, including me. He was a light. I couldn't sit by and not share what I know now with other people.
Hi there. Awesome, we checking in? Awesome, last name? Okay. Awesome. All right, great, you can hold on to these ones. All right, and I'm gonna give you guys this clipboard and you're just gonna hold all these papers. You don't have to sign anything. They're gonna take care of that inside. And then you can just wait right here and they're gonna let you in. So you're all set. There you go.
We provide free heart screenings to the community. We also donate AEDs to sports programs, and we also provide CPR and AED training. Currently, kids' physicals that they have, annual physicals or their pre-participation physicals, miss about 85% of the issues that cause cardiac arrest. Most of the issues that cause cardiac arrest in youth have to be seen on an EKG or an echocardiogram. We bring in these specialized EKGs to actually screen the kids. 1 in 300 kids have an undiagnosed heart condition that can cause cardiac arrest.
Awesome, come on in. Yeah, here's great. I can take the questionnaire from you. Good morning. Do you have any family history of any known heart conditions or issues? Nothing in the family. I'm gonna go over the arm here. What I did at the heart screenings was taking the vitals. So vitals like blood pressure, height, and weight. It's essential to knowing those before going into the ECG test. Here to stand on the scale, please. You can keep your shoes on, no problem. And then I'm gonna check your height right behind me. Awesome, David. Now I'm gonna have you just take this questionnaire, bring it over, and you're gonna wait at the back where the other people are waiting. And someone from the tent will call you over. We have volunteers, family, friends, Kyle's friends, that come and volunteer at our events. It's really a community kind of feel. We get a lot of people that know us, knew Kyle, or don't know Kyle, but they come in and understand the importance of what we're doing.
Now have you lay flat on your back on this bench. Xander, you play any sports? Soccer? Yeah, I played soccer back in high school. I played a little bit of club in college. During the first heart screening, I was able to come in and help with the ECG machines and actually running the ECG for the high school students. I'm gonna put a couple sticky these are called electrodes. I'm gonna put them on your body. As a pre-med student, getting that hands-on experience in that type of setting where we can help out the community, it was not only gratifying, but I was able to learn a lot out of it.
The reason why I'm here is because we see a lot of sudden cardiac death, especially in sports, in the young population, things that patients or that parents or kids don't know about and have really no way of finding out until they hear of somebody who passed away from sudden cardiac death on the baseball field or on the basketball court. So when they come up to me with the EKG, I look at the strip, the rhythm strip, and I just make sure that they have a normal rate and normal rhythm. And if there are any abnormalities, I try to find any clinical significance to those abnormalities. All right, Fiona. Your EKG looks really good. And if you're exercising in heat, it is really important to kind of keep drinking small amounts of water. But if it's not really hot and you're exercising, you get dizzy, or especially if you faint, okay? And it's completely out of nowhere, you're feeling fit, you're not out of shape, that's something to bring up to your pediatrician, okay? Yeah. This is yours and you are good to go, okay? Yeah, of course. I think this is an incredibly meaningful event, and I think it's fantastic what Jennifer has put together.
Schools need to understand that these happen. It's the #1 cause of death on school campuses. They need to have a plan in place if, unfortunately, a student does go down at school. And it doesn't just happen to athletes, it happens to any student. Every second counts if somebody actually goes down in cardiac arrest. The sooner that somebody can jump in to do CPR is important. We donate AEDs to the sports programs in the high schools. What an AED does is if the machine detects that there is no heart rate, it will actually shock the heart and hopefully restart the heart beating again. That's our goal, is to get as many AEDs we can to the sports program, so it just becomes almost a standard part of their equipment.
It means a lot to be able to do some really good work in Kyle's name to help families avoid the risk of sudden cardiac arrest and educate and connect with people. It helps us with our grief, and it also helps the community.
He fainted one time, took him to the ER, had called an ambulance, and then,
They said he was dehydrated.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what they said with my daughter too. She fainted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was like when this happened to him, we were like, wait, what? We didn't know this even happens. And then you obviously see all these other stories of kids that it's happened to. Kids think they're invincible, right? And so they don't realize, it's unfortunate we had to wait to lose him to realize how serious this is, but, We lose 7,000 kids every year in this country to cardiac arrest. We actually lose more kids to cardiac arrest than most of the children's cancers combined. Survival rate's only about 10%. So I would tell parents to really ask your children questions, have your child sit with you to fill out those forms. It just takes a few minutes, and something that you never realized your kid may share with you that, no, Mom, I've had those feelings, I've had some of those symptoms, and encourage your kids to speak up as well.
Sudden cardiac arrest is something that all of us had never heard of until this happened to Kyle, and the more you look into it, the more you find out, the more common it is.
For me, the purpose of serving in these heart screenings is to hopefully save another life, or to not have someone else go through the same story, especially at such a young age, because there's so much life left to live.
Just telling Kyle's story and just bringing awareness has, just in our 3 years, has already made an impact on people. We've had people share with us, I didn't know anything about this. I'm so glad you shared this with us. I'm gonna get my children checked. And our goal is, even if we can save one family from this grief, all the hard work and everything that we do is worth it. Life only happens once in a lifetime. And that's how he lived. And that's how we want everybody else to live. You only get one life. So you need to take care of it and treasure it and do all the things that you can to protect yourself.